This video is about opening your pecs and your upper back for greater mobility that will lead to shoulder liberation. So if you have tight neck and shoulders, shoulder impingements, just a tight feeling upper back, this video is perfect for you. I'm going to show you self-myofascial release tools, ways of releasing the front and the back, as well as some neck stretches to set you on your way. For this practice, you'll need 2 blocks and some kind of rubber ball. So if you have one of these rad roller sets, that's great. Or grab a lacrosse ball. Tennis balls are a little bit too large and too soft, but that's better than not having one. So grab one of those, hit pause on the video, come back, and I'll see you in a second. We are going to start opening our pecs, pectoral muscles. This is pec major. Pec minor is underneath. Pec minor is often the culprit for when you're stuck into internal rotation and then lifting your arm. That usually leads to impingement. So one thing we're trying to do here is strategically start opening the internal rotators so you can turn your arms out as you lift your arms overhead. That's one thing we're working on. The other is simply the ability to open your chest, which is something that you need in yoga poses like down dog, cobra. Also, what opening the pecs will help you do is create greater extension, so it helps your posture. And with that, you will also help your shoulders. So if you have any kind of shoulder impingement, what sometimes happens is we start into a rounded lifestyle. This gets tight, this gets a little weak, and then we're stuck in internal rotation, and then we try to stretch the arm, which creates impingement. So you're on the right path by coming here. So pecs. This is one exercise, and I'll show you 2 versions of it. Version number 1 is you just roll out the pec itself. All right, so I'm gonna try this one. So grab this ball and press it into one area where you're feeling some sensation. So make sure you are feeling something. Okay, I found something. And once you're there, all you do, so don't roll yet, okay? So you're just grabbing the skin, or in this case, the shirt, and you're pulling the shirt side to side. Okay, so this is the compressive phase of self-myofascial release. You're basically receiving permission from the body to be here. So you're signaling to something called the mechanoreceptors that you're here. Your body knows you're here and it won't go into fight or flight response. It's just first stage of opening up. So the pec major goes all the way down here. So if you have time, which we're not going to do this in the video, but go ahead and take this further when you're watching TV. Why not roll all this out? This is quite sensitive sometimes, so right under the breast. Okay, so take your time, find a couple of spots. Next phase would be the flushing, where you're rolling with the fiber of the muscle. The pec major tissue goes like that, so you would be following the tissue here. Try that. Oh, I'm feeling, it's interesting. You might feel it somewhere very different. I'm feeling it all the way down in my arm, for example. The last phase is the shearing phase, where you go across the fiber of the muscle. Now, if it feels a lot of sensation, you're doing it right. So this is the most intense one. So go for it. Okay, so as you're doing this, I'll show you the variation that I mentioned earlier. You could do this on a table. You put the lacrosse ball on the edge of the block or the table and lean down. And here you alternate between scrunching your pecs and unscrunching them. So let's do this, winging forward, back, forward, whoop, back, forward, back. Good. So you could do all these phases on the block. So we had this one, we had the rolling, so you could roll, and then the shearing, which is just in the awkward direction. Okay, so notice here already if you're feeling a difference. How do the tissues feel? How well can you externally rotate? Pec minor is harder to locate. So I'm just going to show you what I usually do is I take my thumb and I find my chest here on the side and I start walking up to where the arm bone starts and then I turn the arm in. Oh yeah. So when you're turning the arm in, you're going to feel the activation of both pec major and pec minor. But the more you do it, the more nuanced you'll get and you'll realize, okay, this is the smaller muscle. There it is. Okay, turn out, turn in as you're digging in with the thumb. There are many other ways of releasing the pec minor, but this is the quickest one that I know of. Good. Try this, turning the arms out. For Anusara Yogis watching this video, this is contracting spiral with the arms down. Okay, so it's an external rotation, outer spiral, contracting spiral. So what we're doing right now is claiming the new space that we've made in the arms. Okay, release. Now, of course, we haven't released this one, so this is going to be a little tighter right now, but we'll get to that right now. So take the ball, find a spot, and I have the mic here, so I'm not going to do it, but you find the spot right there. Find one spot that's really sensitive. Don't forget the breathing. So exhaling longer will release your nervous system. It will put you in rest and digest response rather than fight or flight. Okay, find another spot. Exhale deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Go ahead. Find a third spot. This works. Exhale. And here I'm kind of oscillating a little bit. And you can also squeeze and unsqueeze your pecs as you're doing this if you need a little more action. So what we're doing is we're opening up the connective tissue, the fascia, that runs across the muscles, through the muscles, and really connects all parts of your body. Connective tissue can get very thick, and when we have repetitive patterning, so when we have a posture that we repeat over and over again, or actions, if you're a tennis player, you're going to have more fascia here because you repeat these actions frequently without releasing the tension. So what we're doing here is breaking up the fascia so that you can stretch the muscles better. So flushing. And then the threading. I'll give you another 30 seconds or so. And just a reminder, you could do this leaning forward onto the table. You could also try it against the wall. Okay. Find your pec minor. Take your thumb. Make sure you're not on the bone itself. Your body will tell you if that's the case. So also if you're feeling any nerve pain or tingling, back off, find a different spot. Okay, so turn in and out. Flex your pecs, unflex your pecs. So a lot of the clients I work with who have shoulder impingements come to me with the exercises their PT has given them, which is great. So we integrate those into their practice that they pick up with me. So one of them is having a TheraBand and you're pulling out like this. You're probably familiar with that. So that's a good one. So after you roll out, see if you're better able to do this exercise. So thumbs out to the side. We're later going to use steel mace with this, and you'll be surprised at how much more power you can develop through the arms in this external rotation using asymmetrical load. That's in the next video. Okay, before we release our backside, find a stretch that you can implement so that you can keep this new resting length of your fascia. In this case, let's do this. Interlace your hands behind your back. If you're not able to interlace the hands, you can grab your elbows and pull the shoulders back. Open that chest. In terms of yoga poses, go for a cobra. Come on your belly. Bring the hands by your sides. Roll your shoulders back. Drag yourself forward a little bit. Really lift those shoulders towards your ears and then pull them up and away from the ground. Then pull them down your back. So a big stretch here and release. Last stretch is going to be a neck stretch. We're going to stretch this area right here. Lift your right arm up, punch that arm down, and make sure your head is back. And then gently pull the head to the side. And as you're doing this, resist a little bit. So the head is resisting in this direction as you're pulling. This will give you a nice stretch here. What you can also do is grab the fascia a little bit and pull it down. So you're pulling in this direction and this direction. So pulling the fascia apart. Once you're here, if it's available to you, start turning your head to look up into the left-hand corner. And then look straight. 2 more. Up. Straight. Up. Straight. And then look into the right. What is this called? In German, Achse. Right armpit. Okay, so as you're doing this, you're pulling too. So you're turning your head and pulling and resisting at the same time. This will give you a really good stretch through your upper trapezius, part of your SCM, your levator scapula, so the shoulder lifter muscles. This is a really good one. And also remember to punch that opposite arm down so you feel that stretch. Breathe in and out. In and out. Slowly come up. Notice the asymmetry. I'm feeling very lopsided right now. That means you've done something well. You did it well. You made a difference. Now we're going to do side 2. Okay, lift the left arm up. Encircle your head and pull the neck back. Less of a pushing down. It is more of a tractioning. So you're pulling and with a gentle stretch here. Lower the right shoulder. 3 breaths here. Last one. Okay, then turn your head to the right. And then turn your head to look down to the left. Once you're here, traction as well. And remember, you're stretching a different area now. Okay, so pull that right shoulder down. Breathe in. And out. You can use your Ujjayi breath, just toning at the back of your throat. 2 more breaths. All right, release. Roll your shoulders. Take a moment just to assimilate. We're almost done with the upper back treatment. We will now go for the mid and lower trapezius. Grab either, if you have one of these peanuts, you use them. You can place it symmetrically across your shoulder blades, quite high for this one. And make sure you clear the spine, so don't have a ball on your spine. Okay, if you're just using one ball, same thing really, you just do one side. Okay, so make sure you're not on the spine, but next to it. Take your pick, show you with this. That's a little bit low. You can do all of these areas. So for now, we'll just stick with the area right between your shoulder blades. Those are your rhomboids and partly your mid trapezius. It just gets very tight there. So remember, we're breaking up the fascia, melting the fascial adhesions, the stickiness, the thick layers. You're trying to move those a little bit and innervate them and bring more circulation into that area so that it doesn't lock you in. Gently just scooching up and down. If you just have one ball, I'll show you what we do if you're doing it on one ball. So you just stay on the side that you don't have the ball on and then lean part way in. And then scooch up and down a little bit. What you can also do at this point is move your shoulders, move your arm. I'm going to switch again to the peanut. This. You can also, if it's doable, you could lower your head to the floor. That is a lot. You can also put a pillow under your head to support you. Okay, now we're going to go up and down. So here, rolling. This is a lot. As you can tell, I can barely talk. So shifting back. Oh, I need to do this more often. Okay, so I do have a few athletes I work with. They all swear by this one. So if you're a swimmer, a tennis player, a rower, all this is for you. Or just a regular person. So this is good. One more. Okay. Let's speed this up a little bit. So you could stay there and do the threading, so crosswise, but we're going to move on. If you just did one side with this one ball, please make sure to do side 2 right now. If you are on the peanuts, I recommend either just taking a break or experimenting a little bit. So you can start rolling further down. Here we go. So this is if you had one ball and you were on side 2. What this does is you're activating your trapezius, which is the muscle that you're trying to release. So that is a strategy, is flexing the muscle while you're putting pressure on it in order to release it. Okay, so that is a very helpful addition to what you're already doing with the fascia. Okay, wow. Intense. Use your breath to relax. And then roll a little bit more. And then slowly come out. If this is feeling very good to you, this is an entire element in my Root to Rise 12-week program. So you learn how to roll out your entire body in this way. And then what we're doing now is claim the space that we just freed up. And we're going to do that with a big forward fold. So round your spine a lot. And then come up. And come into a big hug. So give yourself a big hug and then lift the arms. And exhale, lower. If this hurts you to sit like this, feel free to just stand up and do it standing. Lower your shoulders. Check in. Check with your ability to externally rotate your arms. Not bad. Looking good. Shake it out. There are other things that you might need to do to balance out your upper back to relieve your shoulders, but that's good enough for this video here. One last thing, claiming this new space with a side stretch. So stand, right leg forward, left leg back, bend the right knee, left heel is up. You might have to hold on to something. You could also sit on a chair here. You have a chair here, this kind of chair stretch. And then spin the back heel down and reach way forward and over. So here, claiming that space, reach, 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 reach. Good, maybe come into a twist. If you're needed, so actually a prerequisite for this video is the previous one with the twist. So feel free to go back into that, twisting. Very slowly come out, stand for a moment. Claiming the space in your chest, interlace your hands, chest comes forward, look up, do the little werewolf, okay? This is a nice, good neck stretch. Not Halloween right now, but you know, you could always sing to the moon. So left leg forward, right leg back. Lift the right arm up, up, reach, 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 reach. Big stretch here through the serratus anterior, the lats. Big stretch and pull into a twist of your liking. Breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. Slowly release and stand. If you're a yogi, this would be a really good time to check your camel pose. So if you are familiar, if you do this pose a lot, try your camel right after you do this and see if you're a little more mobile through the upper back. So hands on your hips, shift your hips forward, roll those shoulders back, open up, lift up, and then engage your core, engage your glutes, shift your hips forward, keep lifting up, up, up. If you're interested in perfecting your back bends and having them feel actually good for you, you'll learn all of that in my Root to Rise program as well. But for now, just try out your customary camel pose, feeling good here. And exhaling, chin to chest. Make sure you support yourself as you come up. Sit back. Ground your femur bones into the hip sockets to recover. Nice. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and check out the other videos. There are more videos that are coming up that deal with the shoulders. So make sure you watch the previous one and then keep going. There's another one or two coming after this. I also give regular free masterclasses, training retreats. I have an elaborate 12-week premium signature program called Root to Rise, Yoga and Strength for Resilience that combines all of these elements that you're seeing in this series. Joint priming, self-myofascial release, load bearing, and some conditioning, which you'll see in the other video, and straight up traditional yoga asana. People are loving it. You get everything you need in terms of balancing out your system in these programs. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.